People. Posting about other people is something that a lot of times social media influencers, people that are building up their accounts at the beginning, the middle, or when they get big, they feel weird or awkward about posting other people. And that's crazy. It's insane. Posting other people makes them feel so good about what you've done for them, they become your ambassador, they want to post about you, they want to tag you, and it's something that they remember for months or years to come. A lot of times you can do it within your Instagram stories, your Twitter, your Facebook, and maybe it's not on your direct page on Instagram. Your direct page on Instagram, the direct posts, is what people are the most protective of because that's kind of like a representation of them. When somebody is cool or did something exciting, posting about them creates a story. Now I'm not saying just post a picture of this girl who just raised $500K for her company, or this girl who just had a successful, championship at a soccer game. I'm not saying post on your direct page of this girl, for example, but you and the girl together, or a video of the two of you together, the story about you guys together as your friend or your mentor or just your business partner or somebody, like if it's just a story like that, if you're involved in it, it makes it interesting to post on your main page and all of your accounts. You can post just her without you in it within your Instagram stories, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your LinkedIn, if it's business related. That becomes an interesting story as well. And that person feels kind of indebted to you, and usually they're going to repost your post. So if they repost your post, you start to gain following from them. Now you could do this for somebody that has a small following, medium-sized following, or a big following, or specifically somebody has an industry following. You may also post about people that you don't know whatsoever that are just in your industry and you look up to, or you'd like to gain for your personal brand some of their following. Or you'd like to gain favor from them because they're somebody important in your industry. What I mean by that is, let's say you're in the beverage industry and somebody else in the beverage industry has a successful promotion to become like the CMO of Pepsi, right? And this lady becomes the new chief marketing officer for Pepsi, and a news article comes out about her. You do a video talking about how it's exciting that this woman raised up 22 years at Pepsi, and all of a sudden she got this big level executive job to be the CMO or CEO or president, whatever. You posting that video and talking about the news article and explaining the career and explaining the story makes you kind of like an author, an expert, an edifying person in the space. You now post that video on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and you're tagging that new CMO lady. She most likely will see it because most of the time a CMO is not going to have hundreds of thousands of followers, so she's going to see almost every time she gets added. And if she sees you creating this video in Oregon about her, and you're talking good about her, and you don't have to fake it. I'm not saying make it just a butt-kissing video, but you're most likely going to be talking good about her in the scenario. You make this video, and it's got some news to it. You have a storyline to it. It becomes so interesting for her, a feel-good story, for her to repost. Now what just happened for you? You're in the middle of Oregon. You're 24 years old. You're in the beverage space. You've sold only a couple thousand cases of your beverage. But now the new CMO of Pepsi has you on their radar, has your company on her radar, is most likely going to repost you if you make your video nicely. It doesn't have to be professionally edited, just nice, straightforward, good storyline, This CMO of Pepsi has her eye on you. Well, guess who follows the CMO of Pepsi? A lot of people in the beverage industry and all the other big executives of Pepsi. So what is that possibility for you? Well, now you're probably on the radar of multiple executives of Pepsi, and Pepsi acquires lots and lots of companies and invests in lots and lots of companies in the beverage space. See how I just talked about some very simple thing that you filmed a 60-second video on your phone. You posted about somebody that you don't even know. You potentially are getting money from them, acquired from them, nothing happens from them, but everything that you just did cost you nothing, but a little bit of time and energy to make her feel good about her new position. The media is also following her at that time because there's a lot of buzz about this new big executive role. I'm just using this as an example. You might get picked up in the press, you might get new followers, you might get investors, you might get acquired later, you might get a job offer, you might get acqui-hired, all these things that you might have just from making a 60-second video about her new role at Pepsi. it sounds so big, and there's so many different things that could happen. And if none of it happens, it doesn't matter. Because it took you a few minutes on your phone, and it was good content anyways. So what I'm saying is, post about other people, whether you're friends, people you look up to, people in the industry, people in the media, or there's a relevant, crazy situation going on, and you might gain favor, you might get money, you might get acquired, you might get a job, you might get other press, you're definitely going to get followers, but no matter what, it's going to create really, really good content and really, really good favor with a lot of other people out there in the space.